All right, guys. Just to let you know, recording has started, and this session is now recorded. Just a moment, guys. Actually, दो interviews चल रहे हैं ना अभी. That's why I have to lock the door. ठीक है. So, guys, as per the topic of discussion, we would be discussing different life cycles, of course, which is that we have discussed previously. Project life cycle, product life cycle, software development life cycle, software testing life cycle. So before I get into that and give it insight, guys, I would really appreciate, as per the discussion that we had, you know, a previous session. So I want to understand what is your understanding in terms of project or product life cycle. Yes, guys, I go by this. Please, guys, let me know. What is your understanding when we've discussed, a project, product life cycle, software development life cycle? Yes, guys. I mean, this is what we have discussed in our previous session. So I would really appreciate if you can let us know. Ila, Deepak, Asta, Ayush, Mamta, Manvi, Javed, Niharika, Prajna, Richa, Saksham, Satvik, Shahid, Suchita. Yes, guys, I'm waiting for your input. Yes, no, maybe, guys, you all can hear me, right? Yes, guys. Mamta, Ankita, anyone? Guys, you can hear me, right? I'm audible to you.
Yes, you're audible, Rohit. Can you please repeat the question as I have just joined a minute ago? Because I didn't
I
hear it at
was
all. I
just
just heard you calling names.
I was just confirming, what is your understanding, a brief information about project or product life cycle or software development life cycle, which we've discussed in our last session. This one. Yes, Shaheen or anybody else.
Yeah, so in project life cycle, first gather information from the clients and the stakeholders, and then we do planning, backlog refinement. Then we work upon the development, then testing, validation, deployment, and then if there's any changes. So on the continuous improvement part in SDLC, we have planning and requirement analysis first, then design, then development, then testing, then deployment, then maintenance. So in SDLC, in planning and requirement analysis, first we have to define the project scope, objectives, and their technical requirements. In designing, we create the system, their architecture, UI, UX, database structure, their specific design specifications, technical frameworks. In development phase, the developers will write the code on their specific design, which we have built in the previous phase. And then the testing comes, it has integration system testing and um, if there's any bugs that get fixed, UAT, software quality, then deployment, and then maintenance and updates.
Okay. All right. So, Shaheen and all, if I ask you this question, what does this iteration means in software development life cycle or project or product life cycle? What does this mean?
Iteration means repetition of something that we are doing in the continuous. For the continuous improvement, we do iterations. Like I am doing a work, and then we need a feedback on it, and then we work on it again. So
No, no, that
repetition
is
of the same work.
retrospective.
Okay.
Iteration is repetition, but iteration is not continuous improvement. Continuous improvement is retrospective, na?
Yeah.
So what is iteration means over here?
Repetition of the same cycle
Same cycle of what?
of the process that we are doing.
Okay, all right. Shine, of course. The process means we are agile and we are doing sprint technique. What is sprint technique? Sprint technique is every periodic basis, every iterative basis, every partial basis, we are delivering something to the client, or we are accumulating the couple or multiple sprints so that we can do the release or delivery in a collection of sprints. If you remember, I have told you that we follow 2 weeks or 4 weeks of sprint, and we do the delivery or a release every 3 months, which means I am doing either 6 sprint delivery or 3 sprint delivery in every quarter, and that is a iterative cycle. जैसे ही मैं रिलीज कर देता हूँ, the moment I do the release, I start again with the sprint. Sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4, sprint 5, sprint 6, release, delivery, iterative. Again, I am doing the same sprints. I'm sorry, another sprints or consecutive sprints. This is known as iteration. This is known as repetition. This is known as, I am doing the software development life cycle, design, development, testing, deployment of multiple sprints so that I can do the multiple delivery and release so that I can deliver the complete product to the client. Okay. Let's say chat,
Yes.
people raise, react, view. These are my features. These are my modules. These are my sprints. So first sprint, I'm doing chat. Definition of ready, definition of done. ठीक है. Accumulate, people, definition of ready, definition of done. Accumulate, ready, definition of done, definition of, sorry, definition of ready, definition of done, raise, then react, then view, then controls, rooms, applications, more. Now I am doing the live delivery or release or migration or the deployment for chat, people, raise, react, view, controls, room, apps, and more all together. These are all sprints. So this is what we call as an iterative. First, I've done this, and then I'm doing the multiple delivery, multiple sprints delivery. And then I'll move on to camera, wipe, stop sharing, leave, and all of the features, which is available in my MS Teams. So that's what your project product lifecycle or software development lifecycle, that is what your iteration or repetition of sprints, that's what the definition is all about. Concept and initiation in project or product lifecycle. I mean, you need to understand the concept. You need to understand the uh, initial product or service. So that means you need to interact within your own team members, within your own stakeholders, internal and external, so that you can understand the client's business need, so that you can define the vision, you can define the high level objectives, which means so that you can define the business requirement document, which is key requirements and value propositions. Okay. Then of course you will do the planning and backlog refinement or product backlog refinement. You are doing the project planning, your product owner, your project manager, your reporting manager, CTO, CEO, all the stakeholders, you will connect with each other and then you will define the product backlog. Product backlog means number of tickets, tasks, activities, actions, or roles that your complete project or complete team members or whole team members, when they will complete, that means the product is complete. So they will create the product backlog and then they will do the refinement. What is product backlog refinement? Product backlog refinement is you are doing the ticket prioritization, task delegation, resource allocation, and time estimation. ऐसा थोड़ी ना कि you are my project manager or you are my product owner and you said, yeah, Rohit, I have given you 100 tickets. These are your product backlogs. Now define the sprint, allocate the resources, task delegate, estimate the time according to you. As me, it doesn't work like that. If I am the product owner or if I am the business analyst or dev lead or quality lead, I will connect with my whole team and then business, product team, development team, quality team, release team. We all will sit together in a forum and then we will discuss clear, concise, and testable documentation or stories, which means by this user story, this feature, this ticket, this task will take this much of time, will take these many resources, will take these many alignments, will take these many allocations from definition of ready to definition of done. It will take BAs, QAs, developers, designers, release team, each and every one's effort in order to go in the definition of done bracket. DOR, DOD, which means definition of ready, definition of done. Your task as a business analyst to ensure that from product backlog, each and every ticket is definition of ready, which means ready to start. And then your task is to ensure that whosoever is responsible to complete it, they are putting it on the definition of done with concise, clear, and testable. I'm sorry, which with clear understanding of definition of done, which is the completion of the ticket. Okay, that's how you do the refinement. Then, of course, we start with the iteration, we start with the sprint, we start with the design and development. Then we start with the testing, which is software testing life cycle, manual testing, automation testing, and then finally UAT testing. And then, of course, the deployment, which is the migration and feedback. After every release, we will also do the continuous improvement, which is known as retrospective. Okay, of course, feedback over here means after deployment, we are also doing the support and maintenance. ठीक है ऐसा थोड़ी ना है कि I have just delivered the product or service and then I'm waiting for I'm not looking for any client's expectations. No, client will also give us the feedback. Client will also give us the changes. Client will also give us the issues, escalations, tickets, any feedback. So we will identify, we will escalate, and we will resolve it and inform the client. And then, of course, every sprint or every release by release, we are doing the retrospective, a high level meeting wherein each and every Scrum team is available, wherein we will perform this Scrum ceremony so that we can have a continuous improvement. That is your project life cycle or product life cycle. Okay. Kunji, yes, Tyagi, please tell me.
Rohit bhai, can you hear me?
Yes, 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 I can hear you.
Rohit bhai, there is a life cycle in iteration and both sprint, right? So sprint is an iteration.
First, you tell me what do you understand with sprint or what do you understand with iteration?
Mm, like iteration is like development of any small task um, in cycles in a particular cycles.
ठीक है not an issue. देखो Abhishek, let's understand it in this way. Supposedly you are my manager, ठीक है, and your reporting manager said कि Tyagi, we have to deliver, uh, let's say uh, let's say camera, ठीक है, let's say camera feature by today's Monday and by next Friday. So that means it's a 2 week sprint. So your reporting manager said कि Tyagi, create the product backlog and align the tickets to the business analyst and a Scrum team. So you said okay. So you as a project manager, you as a product owner, you as a project lead, you have the understanding that what camera does in the live environment because you have done it for multiple clients. Okay, Tyagi, did you get this point? Have you understood the case study as of now?
Ye-
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So now you say, here, Rohit, you are my business analyst, and I have created a product backlog for camera. Under camera, we have effects and settings and avatars. Okay. So these are two modules that you have to complete in 2 weeks. We are following 2 weeks of sprint. Under effects and settings, we have this camera option. We have these backgrounds option. We have these light background options. We have adjust brightness. We have soft focus. We have more video effects and settings. If I click on this, so we have all these options. Preview, apply all these options. So let's say you have created 10 tickets for this one. Okay. Effects and settings, and you have created 10 tickets for avatars. Create your avatar accordingly. So now you said, Ki, Rohit, I have given you 20 tickets. So this is your product backlog. Okay, in order to complete the camera feature.
Okay.
Okay, Tyagi, did you get this point?
Yes.
Okay. Now I am the business analyst. So I have to start the sprint. Okay. अब sprint में I have 20 tickets. I have 20 tickets and I have to make all these 20 tickets as definition of ready. What does definition of ready means? Definition of ready means I have taken requirements from Tyagi as my reporting manager. Uh, Sir, do you have any changes? Do you have any customization? Do you have any brightness? I'm sorry, do you have any enhancements? Do you have any, issues in order to change it? So you said, okay, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. So now these 20 tickets has become 40 tickets. So now I have the revised sprint backlog, or let's say revised sprint, or let's say revised product backlog, which is 40 tickets. So now I have 40 tickets. Now with these 40 tickets, I will discuss it with my developer, tester, designer, whosoever is a part of this current sprint or in this project. So now we will all discuss from our own perspective. QK, software development lifecycle, the sequence remains the same. First is, of course, the design, then development, then testing, and then deployment. So in design, business analyst will create the documentation, will do the requirement gathering, will do the grooming session, and then it goes to the development. In development, the UI UX designer will complete the design, the development team will complete the development, front end and back end will be integrated, and then they will do the unit testing. In testing, they will do the manual testing and automation testing, and then it goes to the deployment. And in deployment, they will do the UAT, they will do the sprint demo, they will do the final migration, live migration. So sequence remains the same. So I, as a business analyst, along with my Scrum team, along with my dev, QA, release team, UI, UX designer, we will all do the time estimation of these 40 tickets. We will do the resource allocation of these 40 tickets, ticket prioritization, and task delegation. Now we start the sprint. So we have started the sprint. So this is known as sprint. This is what we call it as a sprint. Starting of the sprint. That means project planning, product backlog, sprint backlog, start the sprint. Okay, now we have started the sprint, and now by the end of second week, I have delivered the camera feature. Now, Tyagi, your reporting manager says, now this week, let's start with Mike. So you were given the information that Mike needs to start from next week. So you will do the product backlog, and you have given me again 20 tickets for Mike. And you said, okay, Rohit, you are my business analyst, start with the Mike feature and create the sprint. So I will start the sprint And I will again do the requirement gathering with these 20 tickets, again 40 tickets. Again, I will do the, product backlog, sprint backlog, start the sprint, design, development, testing, deployment. This is known as iteration. And release means one sprint, two sprint, three sprint, four sprint, five sprint, six sprint. After every quarter, I am doing the live migration to my client or to my client's end user. So that is known as final delivery. I'm sorry, delivery or a release. So now, Tyagi and all, did you get this point? Sprint, iteration, release. ठीक है, त्यागी and all.
Yes, Rohit bhai. Kind of.
ठीक है. Sorry, भाई.
Yes, Rohit bhai. Kind of.
All right, good to go. Then comes, of course, the software development life cycle. ठीक है, guys, देखो. Try to understand whichever the methodology that we are following, whether it is agile, whether it is waterfall, whether it is spiral, whether it is linear, lean. Okay, the sequence remains the same. कोई भी product or service, whichever is the product or service, first we will do the design. First we will do the planning, then we will do the design, then development, testing, deployment, and of course the support and maintenance. So sequence remains the same. It is just that कि waterfall में it's a linear approach. We first complete the planning, then we do the design, then we do the development, testing, deployment, and support. We cannot go back. But in agile, which is flexible, which is agile. Agile means what? Agility. Agility means what? Flexibility, dynamic, prone to change. Okay. So that means in agile, we can go forward, we can go backward, we can entertain changes, and we can enhance anytime, proactively or reactively. अभी हमने कहा कि चलो we have done the requirement gathering. Let's start the planning. Let's start the design. Let's start the development. Now the client says, no, let's cancel. Okay, that requirement is useless. I don't want to go with that. Cancel it, close it, let's start all over again. Or let's put a hold on it and let's carry on with another requirement. So that's agile. So software development lifecycle, it remains the same. We will always do first planning, design, development, testing, and then deployment, and then of course the support and maintenance. Okay, it remains the same. So, excuse me. Planning is of course defining the project scope, objectives, feasibilities, understanding the functional, non-functional, business and technical requirements. Okay. Therein, we create the documentation, we create the BRD, business requirement document, functional requirement document, user stories, use cases, initial one, revised one, and then we do the grooming session, internal grooming session. ऐसा थोड़ी ना कि I am your business analyst and you are my scrum team और मैंने कह दिया कि don't worry guys, I have created the document. It is good to go. You don't need to see it. Trust me, just follow my lead. No, it doesn't work like that. You will say, ठीक है Rohit, it's good, yeah, you have created the document. Just go ahead and share it to me or share it to us. Just put it on Confluence. Just put it on Jira. Just put it on Outlook. Just put it on SharePoint or ShareDrive so that we all can check it and view it, review it, edit it, update it, and then approve it. Once it is approved, once it is incorporated, then we start the next process, design, wherein as per the user stories, as per the database structure, technical frameworks, we define the user interface and user experience. User interface का मतलब होता है, the meaning of user interface is whatever that you are able to see on my screen. If my product is PDF, okay, then whatever that you see over here, take whatever that you see, that is this highlight, this draw, this eraser, this add text, ask Copilot, minimize, maximize, print, save, edit with Acrobat settings, whatever that you can see and click, whichever that is clickable is UI, user interface. UX means whatever that you are able to click or action, and it is giving you a behavior. It is giving you a reaction, which means this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, settings and so on. This is user experience. If it is correct, then it is the successful behavior. It is the acceptance criteria. If it is incorrect, and if it is giving me an incorrect behavior, then it is a bug. Then it is an issue. Then we have to escalate it. Escalate it to the developer so that we can fix it and resolve it. Okay, guys, that's your design. Under design, after design, we do the development. Development means we write the codes as a developer, we design the specification, and then we connect the backend with front end and integrate the backend with front end so that UI UX will work according to the acceptance criteria. Then once the development is done with unit testing, then we start the manual testing and automation testing. Okay. Once the automation testing is done, then we start the release process or sprint demo and user acceptance testing process. Okay. We find all the bugs as per the client. We resolve all the bugs, and then we put it on the migration for the full rollout. Full rollout means final delivery. Okay. Or we can say partial delivery. And once all the partial deliveries are successful, then we show the full rollout, which is foreclosure. And then, of course, the support and maintenance is a ongoing process. Okay, guys, any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now, let me know. Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe anything. Good to go.
Yes, Rohit.
Okay. All right, guys. Then comes, of course, the software testing lifecycle. इसको we will try to understand from the manual testing perspective. ठीक है, automation भी होती है, but we as a business analyst, we are more involved in the manual testing part. ठीक है, manual testing में एक from the high level, from the you know vague level, software testing life cycle is unit testing, test case documentation, functional testing, regression pack documentation, regression testing, release notes documentation, and then user acceptance testing. Okay, this is from the high level and vague level software testing lifecycle is all about. But from micro level, from understanding it from the deepest point, first is requirement analysis. We need to understand the testing or analyze the testing requirements. That means we need to ensure that we have understood the user stories and use cases. Okay, so that we can create the test case documentation. Okay, test case development or documentation. Okay, we have to identify the different use cases, different alternatives, and possibilities via which we would be able to create the test case documentation. Then we define the test plan. Okay, which means what sort of testing techniques we would be using, what will we be prioritizing it, to what time estimation we will estimate the resources and timelines accordingly. Okay, I as a quality analyst, I would be able to test it in 8 hours. I would do 4, 5, 6, or let's say 8 or 10 test cases or 10 features testing, manual testing. So that's what we'll do the planning. And then accordingly, I'll create the test cases and release test cases and regression packs. And of course, the release notes. And then accordingly, the test environment setup is known as one of the environment, which is QA environment. ठीक है? ये dedicated to QA teams. So different environments, so that is testing environment. So this testing environment will be created by the dev team, and we as a BAs and QAs, we will start the manual testing, which is functional and regression testing in QA environment. Then we will find the bug as per the test cases, expected result or actual result. We will find the bug. We will escalate the bug. We will assign the bug to the developer, and then accordingly we will connect with the developer and resolve it, and then we again check it, and then we finally close it. We will do this with all the test cases, with all the tickets as a bug that we have it in our kitty, until and unless everything is done. And then of course the closure, which means all the expected results as per the testing, which is manual testing, is equal to the actual output. Then we can say that we can start with the user acceptance testing. Okay, after of course the sprint demo. And user acceptance testing means we are giving the username and password of production environment or stage environment to the client, so that before going to the live environment, client can also check it, satisfy it, find as much as bugs. वैसे तो we have already confirmed in software testing lifecycle that we have found all the bugs. ठीक है? All the bugs in text executions. But even if the client finds it in the product environment or stage environment, then we'll again resolve it. And then accordingly, we move it on to the live environment, so that the live users or the end users of the client, they can actually check it. They can actually start using the product or services. Okay, guys, that's your software testing life cycle. Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now? Yes, guys. Anyone? Aditya, Amar, Astha, Ayush, Deepak, Eric, Gagan, Himanshu, Karan, Lakhan, Manvi, Mansha, Mamta, Lucky, Javed, Niharika, Prajna, Prashant, Praveen, anyone? Shaheen, Seema, Satvik, Suryansh, Tarun, Tejas, Vijeta, Vivek, Vasif, Suchita,
Hi,
Suryansh,
sir.
Tarun, anyone, guys?
Hi, sir. Sir, can you
हाँ जी,
please
Ayush.
summarize once again the software live testing cycle?
देखो, सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग लाइफ साइकिल है, लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड इट फ्रॉम द हाई लेवल. ठीक है, जो एक प्रैक्टिकल लेवल है. Software testing life cycle starts once the unit testing is done. Unit testing is done by the developer. Developer क्या करते हैं? Let's say you are a developer. You say कि यार रोहित, मैंने चेक कर लिया, chat button is working fine. ठीक है? Because you are the developer, and you would never say that the feature that you have developed is not working. So you will say, I've done it, I've done the unit testing, go ahead. ठीक है भाई, not an issue. I am a QA, I am a BA, I will ensure that I will check it from all perspective. So how I am going to do the manual testing? I will click on the chat button. I will click and type each and everything over here and see if it is working or not. Okay. I will use emoticons. I will use all the emojis, GIFs, stickers, all, see all these options. So view terms, I will check it. I will use the attachment option over here. I will see if it is working or not. I will use this option as well to see if it is working or not. Okay. So this is what, and this is how I will do the manual testing. And if I found any bug, I will note it down and I will escalate it to the developer that fix it accordingly. That we will do when we will do the manual testing. But that's how I will do it. So this is known as functional testing and regression testing. For functional testing, I create the test case documentation. For regression testing, I create the regression packs documentation. And then we would do the user acceptance testing, wherein we do the sprint demo, wherein I, as a business analyst, will show it to the client that Mr. Client or Miss Client, this is how the chat button works. Client says, okay, good to go. Give me a username and password for 20, 30, 50, 100 users. Okay, not an issue. We'll create the from the admin test stage environment username and password. You go ahead and test it. Then again, the client will test it in their own time. Let's say we are 32, 38 people over here, 39 people, and we all have username and password for this MS Teams. So we will do the testing for chat feature again and again till we have found any bug or till we are satisfied. Okay, so this is known as user acceptance testing. Okay, Ayush, now did you get this point?
And Rohit bhai, we were gonna test this in all the environment, right? From through all the
Only
environment.
QA, only QA.
Mm,
देखो ना.
like from admin side भी करेंगे, from like users
अच्छा,
से भी
from
करेंगे,
that
वो
environment
वाला.
ना.
हाँ हाँ.
हाँ हाँ, absolutely. देखो, one feature or this chat feature. अब let's say कि uh,
एक
tell
और
me one
क्वेश्चन,
thing,
एक
tell
और
me.
इसकी
Let me answer
regression
this
testing.
question first.
Okay, sure, sorry. I'm sorry.
हाँ, this chat feature, who are we? We are the एक मिनट हाँ. हाँ जी. अच्छा, आंसर में दिस क्वेश्चन कि दिस MS Teams जो आप environment बोल रहे हो, environment is a different term. उसको हम बोलते हैं पोर्टल और उसको हम बोलते हैं बिजनेस ड्राइवर. ठीक है. सो this MS Teams is being used by different portals, by different business driver. First business driver is customer, that is you and I. We are the customer of this MS Teams. We are one of a kind of a user. Second user is admin user. Can you tell me who is the third user or third business driver of MS Teams? Yes, guys. Who would be the third business driver? Yes, guys. Guys, it will be MS Teams themselves. क्योंकि MS Team ही तो use कर रहा होगा. MS Team, I'm sorry, MS Teams employees would be the user or would be the business driver of MS Teams. Right or wrong?
Right.
ठीक है. So let's consider we are three business drivers: customer, admin, and MS Teams employees. ठीक है. So that means if I, as a business analyst, I am developing a software like MS Teams, so I would be testing it in all the business drivers. That means admin, MS Teams employees, and customer portal. So answer to this question, Tyagi, is yes. As a QA, as a BA, we would be testing it on all the business drivers and portals. However, when you said environments, environments means different thing. Environments mean we will only use the QA environment in order to test admin, MS Teams employees, and customer portal in QA environment. ठीक है, Tyagi, all. Did you get this point?
Got got it.
Yes.
पर
What
for
was the other
example,
question?
नो नो अभी इसी पे कंटिन्यू है. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम कोई HRMS बना रहे हैं वेयर एन एम्प्लॉय अप्लाई फॉर अ लीव, तो उसको हम एज एन एम्प्लॉयर भी टेस्ट करेंगे, एज एन एडमिन भी टेस्ट करेंगे, एज एन एम्प्लॉय भी टेस्ट करेंगे, राइट?
एज एन HR भी टेस्ट करेंगे. और जो आप
गॉट इट.
एम्प्लॉयर बोल रहे हैं उसको हम मैनेजमेंट बोलते हैं या मैनेजर बोलते हैं.
ओके. एंड उसी को ही हम सेम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ब्राउजर्स पे भी टेस्ट करेंगे एंड मोबाइल पे भी
Absolutely.
टेस्ट करेंगे इफ वी हैव एन
Different
एप्लीकेशन
browsers, different devices. क्योंकि
डिवाइसेस.
you
गॉट इट.
don't know and you are not aware कि your end user or client, they use Google Chrome, Safari, Internet, Edge, or whichsoever is the new or old browser, as well as they would check it in mobile like iOS, Android, BES, Windows. They would check it in all the operating systems, in laptop or desktop as well. So that's known as regression testing.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, guys,
But
that's your
regression testing, मतलब that's a testing only, na?
that's a testing. देखो, when I am doing functional testing, we are using, let's say, only Chrome, and we are using only iOS and laptop. I'm sorry, Android for mobile, and we are using laptop operating system. Take a Windows whichsoever it is. So we are using one device or two device and one browser. But that is what we are doing in functional testing. But when we are doing regression testing, we use all the resources for all the devices, for all the browsers, so that we can check that in each and every resources, in each and every environment, in each and every, I'm sorry, not environments, in each and every portal, in each and every business driver, in each and every browser, in each and every device, the feature or the product is working or not. That's your regression.
Okay, so regression testing ये नहीं होता कि if there is any changes or any fixed, in the उस application या उस regarding उस पे
वो तो
कोई
जब कोई आप जो बोल रहे हो वो रिवैम्प या अल्फा बीटा टेस्टिंग होती है, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग व्हेन वी हैव डन द enhancement. So previously and now, what is the impact, what are all the bugs? So that's what it is. Regression means I am doing collective of functional testing in all the devices and all the browsers. देखो, पहले मैंने फंक्शनल टेस्टिंग और मैनुअल टेस्टिंग करी चैट के लिए in laptop, in Android, and in Google Chrome. Similarly, people के लिए अलग करी, then raise differently, then React, then Vue. Now I am doing regression testing for whole chat, people, raise, React, Vue in all the browsers, in all the devices. ठीक है, in all the Android, iOS, BES, Windows, in all the browsers, Google Chrome, in Edge, Safari, whatsoever. So that is known as regression testing when I'm doing
वो
it collectively.
I get it, आपका I get it, but I was okay. I was just like जब मैं खुद पढ़ रहा था regression testing Google से तो वो अलग ही कुछ बता रहा था कि broken
देखो,
इस पे
in a way, it is more or less collectively performing it in a system integrated environment. जहाँ पे I'm not doing it individually, I'm doing it collectively. ठीक है, त्याग in all. ठीक है, guys, did you get this point? Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues? Yes, no, maybe, guys. All good? So this is your different life cycle, project and product, software development life cycle, and software testing life cycle. I wanted to start this, but it'll give you a bit of confusion. Okay, so let me tell you from the from the framework, from the practical perspective. Okay, let's suppose Rajiv, can you hear me? Rajiv.
Yes, Rohit.
Rajiv, if I ask you a simple question, okay, and of course, from your perspective, okay, you answer this question. If I ask you, Rajiv, you said that you are a business analyst. So what are all the activities that you do from scratch to final delivery? As a business analyst in a complete project from zero to complete, from scratch to successful and final delivery, what are all the workflow framework or activities that you perform or that needs to be a part of? product or project management. So what will be the answer to this question?
Okay, first I will basically gather the requirements from the client about the what they want and basically initiate what all they want. Then uh, then I will identify the stakeholders which are involved. Like I will talk to my developers, my team, basically management and team uh, about the product. Mm.
Then.
Then basically come the planning phase where will basically I will create a project plan, outline all the outlines and message things which we have to do, and then estimation of time and resources which are needed for the project, and then after that we will execute the plan. Uh, okay. And after the execution, basically we will monitor or like after the okay, thank you.
ठीक है, कोई नहीं, good to go, Rajiv. Well tried. Anybody else who would like to give us their insight and enlighten us? Anybody else? ठीक है, not an issue. Yes, guys, what Rajiv has mentioned, that is what it is, but it is still from very high and vague level. ठीक है, एक practical understanding से समझो. There is pre-sales, there is post-sales, and there is support and maintenance. तीन चीजें होती हैं. Again, there is pre-sales, there is post-sales, and there is support and maintenance. In pre-sales, there is a lead generation sales team, business development team who generates the lead. If Rajiv is business development executive, Rajiv says, Rohit bhai, there is a lead. I have done an organic marketing and digital marketing. I have connected with the personal assistant or executive assistant of the CEO of this company. They are using HRMS product, but they do not have payroll, infection, fatigue, and shift scheduling or roster allocation management system. And we have it. That means we have an edge. So Rajiv says ki Rohit bhai, this is a lead for you. I am setting up an appointment with them so that you can groom them and do the presentation of your product or service. So now this is a lead for me. So I, as a business analyst, I, as a product owner, I, as a project manager, I will set up this meeting with the aspiring client, and I will show them in a pictorial representation, in a live representation, that Mr. Client or Miss Client, I know that you are using HRMS, but you do not have the payroll, roster allocation, infection, and fatigue management system available, which is quite efficient and effective in terms of improving your business aspect and needs and requirements. And this is how it works. This is how I'm going to show it to you in the live environment. So now the client says, okay, take care. So this is known as initiation. This is known as discovery, and this is known as pre-sales phase. Now client says, okay, send me the document and proposal. Let me look and work on it. Now request for information, request for proposal, and request for budgeting and quotation starts and ends. Client says, okay, green go, good to go, signal, it's green. Let's start. Now it is the onboarding process, which is service level agreement, legal agreement, documentation happens, and now the client is onboarded. Now, now there is Tyagi. Tyagi is the CTO. Tyagi says, Rohit, you are the project manager. I am giving you this project. Please make sure that your complete project team works on it and we have a deadline of 2 years. So make sure that this complete HRMS product happens and delivers in successful environment in 2 years. Take care. All right, good to go. Now the kickoff session. Now the intake session. I will say, Tyagi sir, please give me more information. Please give me more artifacts. Please give me more documentation. What clients' expectations. So Mr. Tyagi said ki, "ठीक है Rohit, let's set up an appointment." So this is known as initial business requirement meeting with the client. Now I will understand the client's mindset after, of course, the formal introduction. Now the client says, this is the initial BRD that you have given. I have approved it. Let's start connecting more often, frequent, so that I can give you changes, enhancement, changes or customization or expectations. Now I will revise the document, business requirement document. Now with the business requirement document revised, I will start the project planning. Now with the project planning of 2 years, I have created 200 tickets, one for every year. So now I will create this product backlog with 200 tickets. With product backlogs, I will create 2.4 tickets for every month. I'm sorry, 24 tickets for every month, approximately 24 tickets. Okay. And then these 20 tickets or 24 tickets will be every sprint every month for 24 months, for 2 years. Okay. And then accordingly, I will start the sprint, end the sprint, start the sprint, end the sprint, and then do the release. Side by side, I will work on all the changes, expectations, customization, and enhancements given to me from the client side during the during the project or sprint. Okay. And then sprint by sprint, release by release, milestone by milestone achievement, release and delivery successful by release and delivery successful. With 2 years or within 2 years or later on 2 years or post 2 years, I will do the foreclosure. And then I will do the support and maintenance. Of course, I will do it within the 2 years as well. But after 2 years, it will be the complete support and maintenance after the foreclosure foreclosure delivery to the client. This is the practical, from scratch to the support and maintenance to the complete. This is what, as a business analyst, you will be the part of it in pre-sales, in post-sales, as well as in support and maintenance. Okay, Rajiv and all, did you get this point? Any
Yes,
question,
Rohit.
any doubt, any ambiguity,
Yes,
any
Rohit,
issues?
I have a question.
Anji.
Like you have properly explained us the pre-sales, post-sales support and maintenance. But like even in an interview, the interview asked us that explain how you work in a life cycle of a product as you have asked from me. Then in summary, how you will be answering the question? I will.
देखो राजीव, वही तो summary I just explained, but still in order to make you understand, I'll rephrase it. As a business analyst, I'm part of pre-sales, post-sales, and support. How in pre-sales? Once the lead is generated, I actively participate in the client's initial meeting with my product owner in order to make them understand the functional, non-functional, or technical requirements of our product and services. Once the client is onboarded, then I, along with my product team, along with my project team, we are active participant in creating the project planning, product backlog, in creating the sprint planning and sprint backlog, and making sure that each and every ticket and activity is updated in Jira or ticketing tool, and we all are following in order to adhere the sprint goal and project goal. With every sprint, with every release or delivery, I ensure that we are giving the sprint demo and connecting with the client in terms of any bug or issues if they are facing any. Once with all the sprints and release successful delivery, I, along with my product owner, be the part of the customer success management to train the client or knowledge transfer the client so that they can understand the feature and its functionality in a rightful and successful behavior. And for support and maintenance, whenever the client is facing any issue, they connect with customer service and tech support. And accordingly, the ticket goes to me and I identify, verify, and validate the ticket, escalate the ticket, assign the ticket to a developer and get it resolved. And then I connect with the support team or directly connect with the client in order to make them understand the ticket is resolved so they can check and verify it. So that's how I am an active participant in all these phases.
Okay. So
ठीक
understood.
है राजवीर? ठीक है, ठीक है. Any more question, doubt, ambiguity, any issues, guys? Please let me know.
Yeah, sir. Uh, Today I was going through an interview, and the interviewer asked, like, how do you manage requirement with the client? Like, it is a US and Canada-based client. So how do you manage with the timing of the meeting with them? And she's saying, like, we have the senior who gather the requirements. So when we say to the interviewer, like, I was involved in requirement gathering, but as the simultaneously we say our senior will gather the requirement. So how we tackle this kind of question?
आपने क्या आंसर करा?
मैं तो एक इंटरव्यू को गो थ्रू कर रही थी, तो उसमें था ये क्वेश्चन.
अच्छा, if you ask me this question, you are my manager, Mamta. You says कि रोहित कल PST जोन है. PST जोन आपको पता है ना, पैसिफिक स्टैंडर्ड टाइम. तो देयर इज अ PST जोन. ग्रेवयार्ड शिफ्ट होती है, 12 बजे से स्टार्ट होती है शिफ्ट उनकी रात के.
12 आफ्टरनून वाली.
नहीं, वो यूके होती है. PST मतलब रात के 12 बजे.
ओके.
ठीक है. नाउ ममता, यू आर माय मैनेजर. यू से कि रोहित, टुडे यू आर डूइंग 9 to 5 जनरल इंडियन शिफ्ट, बट tomorrow there is a client meeting, there is a requirement gathering meeting. Client is US based, client is on PST zone, and meeting is at 8:30 a.m. or let's say 11:30 a.m. So which means the meeting will start at 12:30 a.m. उनका 11:30 p.m. हमारा AM हो गया 12:30. तो और मोटा मोटा ये समझो कि यू सेड कि रोहित कल रात को 12:30 आफ्टर नाइट मतलब AM पे मीटिंग है. सो विल आई बी से नो टू यू? Absolutely not, because requirement gathering meeting doesn't happen daily basis or irrational basis. It will happen every sprint basis or epic basis. So मेरी भी जब ऑस्ट्रेलियन मीटिंग होती थी और PST मीटिंग्स होती थी या फिर UK मीटिंग्स होती थी या फिर कैनेडियन मीटिंग्स होती थी, तो माय रोस्टर वाज क्रिएटेड इन सच अ वे दैट आइदर अगर मेरी बैक टू बैक शिफ्ट है तो अगले दिन मेरे को छुट्टी मिल जाती थी, और एल्स आई गेट अ चेंज शिफ्ट. So you say that ऐसा नहीं है कि same day I am managing UK, Canada, US or Dubai or Middle East client, everyone, or UPAC or EPAC. So it is according to the roster. Our executive assistant or personal assistant, they create the roster according to the client's availability. ठीक है ममता एंड ऑल?
सर, और उसने ये भी पूछा था कि लाइक हाउ ऑफन यू इंटरेक्ट विद द क्लाइंट फॉर रिक्वायरमेंट गैदरिंग और एनीथिंग
मैं
एल्स.
तो जब रिक्वायरमेंट गैदरिंग होगी then I will let you know. However you have asked, तो you should be saying it is a sprint basis, or else you say every release basis. That means every quarter. ठीक है, every after 3 months or 3 sprints or 6 sprints, you do the sprint demo to the client, and once the sprint demo is done, then we do the requirement gathering meeting.
sir,
Okay.
he also asked, like, what is the role of a project manager if you are there and you are responsible to gather all the requirements? So, what
Then
will
you say there is no project manager. I report to product owner.
okay, like product owner is also involved in that meeting, for helping us or is anything else like this we can say.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. देखो, requirement
Mhm.
gathering meeting में you're not the only one. Dev lead, quality lead, release team lead, product owner, business analyst, they all are available. ठीक है, ममता and all.
Okay, okay. Like
ठीक है.
it is necessary every time like dev lead QA lead is there in the meeting with the clients, like we also discuss
Yes,
cost
Mamta.
estimation.
No, we don't discuss cost estimation in requirement gathering. Cost estimation is budgeting or quotation that is discussed prior to the during the onboarding of the client. Cost estimation बहुत अलग चीज है ममता. Don't get into that. And never say during the interview that you are involved in budgeting, cost estimation, or quotation, because you would not be able to answer this. It's a very tricky question. Otherwise, they
Mhm.
will forget everything and they will ask you, how do you do the cost estimation? Usme every production hours, every Jira hour, every resource hour is calculated, and there is a proper calculation accordingly, per hour calculation.
Got it, got it.
ठीक है. ठीक है. Any more question, doubts, ambiguity, any issues, guys? Please let me know. ठीक है. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Have a great day. And I'll share this
Thank you,
recording in
Rajat.
the Google Drive so that Anji Raju bhai.
नहीं, I was saying thank you.
All right, all right. Take care, guys. Stay safe and be safe. Have a great day. Enjoy the festival. And most probably we'll have the session Saturday and Sunday. But I will put a polling or voting because I know that you guys would be, occupied Saturday and Sunday, a weekend before Diwali. So I'll put up a poll or voting and let's see how it goes. Right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe and be safe.
Thanks, Mohit.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much, guys. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, guys.